Well, it's July 21st, 2008, Monday, and we had a pretty nice sports weekend that just went by. Greg Norman, the newlywed, 53 years old, came up stronger than ever. Unfortunately, he finished tied for third, but he's 53 years old and he came in third at the British Open. That's pretty monster. Or is it that Tiger Woods isn't in? Or is the quality of the golfers today, they just don't stack up as well as the older guys? Or was his experience what carried him over? Or the fact he's married to Chris Evert? Yeah, that might do. She only has like 18 titles to her name. I mean, he was a happy guy out there, and he was playing didn't care, didn't have a worry in the world, and he was winning up until the final round. And with wins like that kicking up and stuff, you pretty much don't really have a chance. So, I mean, he finished 7 over for that round and actually wound up 9 over, tied for third. And winner was Patrick, some Irish dude, won it for the second year in a row for the first time in I think 100 years or something crazy like that. European has actually, or a British guy had put back-to-back wins like that for the British Open, which was kind of cool. But what was even cooler than that, I thought anyway, was this new upstart of Affliction. Brought about initially was a t-shirt company, and they got together, and I know Randy Couture and Tito Ortiz and a lot of these guys are behind the scenes, and they're coming up and they're challenging the UFC and Dana White. And nothing, well, a lot against Dana White. You can't think you're the only one. This isn't wrestling, where everything's scripted and stuff, and you have a brand out there. This is fighting. And whenever you have fighting, you can't try to regulate. Boxing has tried to do that for years, and look where it's got them. I mean, that's one of the main reasons why MMA has taken off, is because boxing has all these, organizations trying to lock down or keep their champions from fighting other champions. And unless you have a true champion or you have actual people fighting other people, it's not gonna work for you. And in Affliction, they have the best heavyweights in the world, without a doubt. Fedor Emelianenko destroyed Tim Sylvia. And it wasn't even funny. I mean, it was 36 seconds of beat down reminiscent of Mike Tyson when he knocked out Spinks in 91 seconds. You had great fights with Arlovsky taking out the big guy Ben Rothwell. I mean, that was a back and forth, but it was pretty much Arlovsky the whole time. Whenever he wanted to turn it on, he dominated, and with his knee strikes and everything else like that, he looks invigorated, like he's back. It's heavyweight division. Fedor, I mean, he's saying he's going to go against Couture, but Arlovsky's got to be right there. I mean, there's no way about it, And you got Barnett, who avenged a loss from 7 years prior over Rizzo it was a pretty smooth knockout. I mean, it was a very nice fight. There were a lot of other fights on there that lightweights, or light heavyweights, where Mike Whitehead, who just cut way too much weight, he came in at 206, but because it wasn't for a title, he was able to do it. He shouldn't have cut that much weight, but maybe his next fight he'll be better. You got the middleweight Vitor Belfort, knocking out his opponent. But overall, I mean, it was a great card, and I was lucky enough to get to watch that for free. And Mark Hominick, and he made the small Kimbo Slice tap out Savant Young, and the dude was built, man, but he tapped him out. He was going for the triangle, wound up hooking into an armbar, and it was over. But I thought it was just overall great. And then the UFC had something, I think some guy named Silva knocked some bum out that, they tried to match up to go up against Affliction, and just didn't happen. They just couldn't put together the card that Affliction has. And Affliction's only a couple light heavyweights away from really being right there, I mean, with the UFC. So let me know some of your sports stories. Give me an idea what you think or what you thought about the weekend, and your opinions on the fights. What you know, do you think Affliction will be able to hang with the UFC or not? And about Norman, is Norman going to make a comeback? Are we going to see some of these older golfers coming back because, you know, the sport really hasn't changed that much, and they get to use all the equipment, so